Hi everyone, Dan here. Welcome to another Seesaw tutorial. This time I'm going to be showing you how to set up an activity. If you're on social media, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at ponderingdan. Otherwise, you can check out my blog, ponderingdan.com. Alright, so let's get started. So right now you can see our journal view. To set up a new activity, we're going to hit the plus button. We want to hit share an activity. When you're in here, you can see we have our Seesaw library. There's some different activities that have already come up there from teachers around the world. You can look at things in your school library, or if you've created activities before, you've got your own library there. But today we're just going to create a new one here. We're going to call this activity book review. And we're going to type some instructions in here for our students to use. Now, when we're typing these instructions, we can actually have our Seesaw icons show up, and we've actually got some of the icons here. I'm going to put the link for this in the description below, but we're going to be using some of these to create our instructions for the students. So the first thing we want to do is just number the instructions for them to make it nice and easy. So we want to tap Add for the first one. For our second instruction, we might want our students to take a photo of the book that they are going to do a review on. And we just want to make sure we're getting these codes correct so that we don't have any confusion when the students go and look at it. We want the students to be able to tap the microphone and then they can discuss their thoughts and opinions of the book. Now this is really just an example just to get you going, and there's many other options obviously for activities. This is just one. So we want them to tap the check at the end to add this to their journal. All right, now one of the benefits of this is you can attach an example of what you want to, or what you think a good book review might look like, or whatever your activity is. And I really like this for the younger kids, that you can add voice instructions. So for those kids that struggle with literacy, you can add those instructions there. It just gives them a bit more independence when they're completing a task. With a lot of activities, you can actually add a template for your students to edit. So for example, you might have a planning document that you want your students to work through. So you can create that and upload that as a template for students to edit. It does need to be a JPEG file though, so that's something that you might need to be wary of when you are doing those. But there's plenty of easy tutorials online of how you can convert like a Word document or a PDF into a JPEG. So anyway, let's move on. So with this activity, we can decide to share this with all our students, or we can select one. So if it's a modified task or something like that. So we just pick the ones we want to press the tick, and you've got these more options here. I really like this because you can share something immediately with your class, or if you press on it, you can choose a specific date. So we've all got those kids in our class who are just dying to get their work done. And if you released it immediately, but you're not using it until say next week, you're going to get those students who are going to go on there and go, wow, new activity, let's get this done now, and impress the teacher. So we don't always want that. You've also got the option as well of having the work automatically save into a folder that you've got. So I've already got some folders set up here, but you can easily create another one on the go here. But this one's a reading task, so we're going to put it in there. I'm not sure if you saw as well, there's also an option so that teachers can only see this, but you know, we like transparency at our school, so we like our parents to see what our kids are doing. You can add a skill if you've created any, and if you've watched my previous video on how to create skills, you'll know that I did actually create a skill for a book review, so I'm going to add that there so that when I go in, I know that that's the skill I'm assessing and this is the task it relates to. And the final option here is you've got an activity library not published, so I want to press on that. And I want to publish that to my school library so that if other teachers want to use this, they can. So you can select the year levels that it relates to, and you can put some keywords in there just to make it a bit easier for people to find. Once you finish, you want to preview that to check that it worked. We just want to check that all our icons worked here. It looks like they did. So that's how you create an activity in Seesaw. Thanks for watching.